That's right. Welcome in, welcome back, folks. 2A, it is past due time for Notre Dame to change the way pretty much everybody in America thinks and talks about Notre Dame. Edition of the Always Irish Show. As always, thank you for being here. You can find the program on YouTube. Do it. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Appreciate it very much. Give the video a thumbs up. That helps Johnny out as well. Notifications on the way you alerted every time a new episode drops. I know you don't want to miss it. Twitter. Search bar Always Irish or at Always Irish Inc. Emails alwaysirishnd@gmail.com. Audio only anywhere you want it. You can get it. If you don't want to see my face, I certainly don't blame you for that. Patreon.com/Always Irish, former captain, leading tackler, by the way, Mike GOOLSBY and myself, breaking it all down. We have a good time over there. Thanks to everybody who's there already. All right. Every time I come to Florida, I start thinking about Notre Dame in a little bit of a different way. New scenery, some fresh ocean air. I don't know what it is, but different Notre Dame threads of consciousness come through me when I'm out of my normal element, right? And so here's what's on my mind this time. 2024 needs to be a great year for Notre Dame. Now, I guess we need to debate what's great. Make the playoff, win a game, if not two. Something in that ballpark. It's just time, you guys. It's past time. I always talk about Lou in his respect. You know, one thing we want more than anything else, and it's respect. Respect around the country. That always stands, that national pride. That's why everybody in this fan base goes crazy when things aren't good. It is a personal slight to who we are in our DNA when Notre Dame football is bad. It is. You could say that that's not right or that's bizarre or like get over yourself or whatever. I take it as a personal insult to Irish Catholic people when Notre Dame football isn't good enough. Like, that's our national, that's how everybody sees us, right? They don't see all the behind the scenes things Notre Dame does, good for people or whatever. The football team is that public representative of all of our values and how we operate. When it isn't good enough and we're getting made fun of, people take it, and I do, as an insult to us personally, our values, how we operate, not good enough. And that's how I see it. But today, I don't want to focus on that. I want to make this more about us. 88 was a long time ago. 88 was a long time ago. And there hasn't been much since then. I want people to buy in, but they need a reason to buy in. Like, I don't even want to talk about like the national stuff, how we're seen or whatever. Today, I'm focusing on us. People are jaded. People are hurt. People are scared. People are frustrated. They just are. And every year that goes by that we don't win something that matters, it increases. Notre Dame needs to have a great year for Freeman himself, for the players, for the fans, for the momentum of the whole thing. It's time that you force people to look at Notre Dame differently. And winning big games is the only way to do it. It's the only way left. The excuses are going bye-bye for Freeman. It's time for some real action. Notre Dame may very well end up being favored in every game next year or close to it. You need to go 11-1 and host a warm weather team the week of Christmas in Notre Dame Stadium. That's where this is headed. That needs to be the outcome, I think. We're stronger. We're a lot stronger together when all the Notre Dame fans are pulling from the same end of the rope. You got so many people that are just so jaded and scarred, and every time they buy in, the next bad thing happens. Like there's we got to at least, we're used to having everybody against us. We at least need everybody inside to be with us, all pulling from the same end of the rope. You don't have that right now. You don't have that right now. You got to give people a reason to buy in nationally and locally. And there's a lot of Notre Dame fans that are just so jaded and so beat up, they can't even imagine buying in. It's sad, but it's where we're at. It all starts at Texas A&M. That's the other thing. It's the most you got to have it in a game that isn't an absolute you got to have a game. Are you following me? You don't have to win it to make the playoff, but for momentum and making that path more navigatable for yourself, you kind of need to have it. And if you win it, the possibilities are endless. The momentum's going to be a rocket ship. Everybody will be excited. Everybody will be ready to go. And if you lose it, man, you have no, it's just the balloon, all the air out of the balloon. You have no momentum going in the year. And then you enter all those games against not that great teams after A&M. Nobody's going to buy in. You could win 80-0 all those games. It isn't going to matter if you lose that first one to A&M. And that path of 11-1 gets a lot harder if the one is your first one. That leaves you no margin for error. Could you make the playoff at 10-2? Yeah, you absolutely could. But then what are you doing? Going to play somewhere else in December against a good team at their place? I don't like that as much as hosting a home playoff game the week of Christmas at ours. That's where I think these dynamics are at. Everybody knows the deal. Year 3 of Freeman, year 3 of coaches, the new playoff thing. Bumpy start for Freeman year 1 and 2. Like, people are ready to start seeing this thing change. Now you got a quarterback issue, which is, you could insert that into Notre Dame for the last 25 years. Now you got another quarterback issue dynamic to worry about where there's instability there. Like, the only way to get everybody on board here is to have a really good year. Win a playoff game or two. We got to pull our own. Before I'm even worried about nationally, all the people that don't like Notre Dame and you're not relevant and all that, we got to pull our own people together. And the only way that happens is having a good year. And for most people, from what I've seen, that means 11-1 and you're hosting a playoff game. You got to find a way to inject hope into this program. And it can't just be hope we write about and talk about before the season of what could be and this and that. And then once it matters, it all goes wrong. That ain't hope. That's me talking about content of what I want to happen. That ain't hope. You got to give Notre Dame people a reason to buy in at the highest level. And the only way to do that now is with actions. The last 25, 30 years, we've burnt up all of the talk hope, all of the wishing and all the could be and all of the just trust us, bro, buy in. We have burned through all that territory. We have burned through all that blind hope territory. We're way past that. People need a real life reason to buy in, and you got to win. You got to win. It's the only way. And so if you're able to do that, then you end up currying some favor back with our fan base. You force other ones in the media to take you more seriously. And that's what this year needs to be. We're getting to the end of the rope here with the patience. Just trust us. And it isn't just a Freeman thing. That applies to every single year of the Kelly era too. It's just time, you guys. It's just time. A spark needs to be lit. Something needs to change here. Let me know what you think.